In the world of integrative oncology, there's a conversation growing louder every day about repurposed compounds. You've likely heard the names ivermectin and fenbendazole. Individually, they are used for everything from pain management to clearing parasites. But together, some researchers and patients believe they create a synergistic triple threat against cancer cells. Before we dive into the biology, a quick reality check. I'm not your oncologist. Cancer is incredibly complex, and while the early research on these compounds is fascinating, they are not currently the standard of care. Always consult with a professional before changing your protocol. Now, let's look at the science of how these three might work together. FECO, or full extract cannabis oil, isn't just about CBD or THC. It's a concentrated whole plant extract. The theory here centers on the endocannabinoid system. Cancer cells often overexpress cannabinoid receptors. When the compounds in FECO bind to these receptors, they trigger apoptosis, which is basically programmed cell suicide. While healthy cells ignore these signals, cancer cells which have forgotten how to die are forced to face the music. FECO also acts as an anti-inflammatory, potentially making the soil of the body less hospitable for the weed that is cancer. Next up is fenbendazole, traditionally a veterinary antimentic wormer. Its mechanism in cancer research is surprisingly elegant. It targets microtubules. Think of microtubules as the scaffolding and the highway system of a cell. Cancer cells need to build these rapidly to divide and spread. Fenbendazole binds to tubulin, preventing the scaffolding from forming. Without it, the cell can't divide and eventually collapses. Additionally, fenbendazole has been shown to interfere with glucose uptake, effectively trying to starve the cancer cell of its favorite fuel. Then we have ivermectin. While famous as an antiparasitic, its potential in oncology lies in its ability to block escape routes. One of the biggest hurdles in cancer treatment is multi-drug resistance. Cancer cells use something called peglycoprotein pumps to spit out chemotherapy or other toxins. Ivermectin can inhibit these pumps, essentially locking the doors so the medicine stays inside the cell. It also interrupts the WNT-catenin signaling pathway, which is a major driver of cancer stem cell growth and metastasis. So, why use all three? That's where synergy comes in. In biology, 1 + 1 + 1 often equals 10. Each compound attacks a different vulnerability. FECO triggers the death signal from the outside in via receptors. Fenbendazole breaks the internal structural scaffolding and limits fuel. Ivermectin shuts down the pumps and prevents the cell from talking to its neighbors to grow. By hitting the cell from 3 different angles, structural, and signaling the theories that you leave the cancer cell with no room to adapt or develop resistance. We are still in the early stages of human clinical trials for many of these applications, but the repurposed drug movement is gaining serious momentum in the peer-reviewed literature. If you're exploring these options, the best path is one of informed integration alongside your medical team. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. We're curious, have you looked into metabolic therapies before? Let's talk about it in the comments. Stay curious, stay hopeful, and we'll see you in the next one.